Now we're going to work on your striking. So we're going to do a diagonal strike. So diagonal meaning from shoulder to hip. So starting with the nunchuck on my shoulder, and this works best with the stance. I want to use my body and the momentum and the rotation of my body to add to the strike. I also want to make sure that I'm reaching out. This is a long distance strike. Now I can focus just on the strike down and then bring it back, or I can strike down and up. And of course, we're going to repeat it on the other side. Again, from shoulder to hip. Making sure that you're reaching out. You want this to be a long reaching strike, not a little baby one.
When doing nunchuck strikes, we definitely want to hear that whip. We want to have striking and making sure it can do damage, but we have to make sure it doesn't do damage when it comes back. So we need it to go fast and slow down before it makes contact again with us. So when I do this diagonal strike, I'm slowing it down before it even comes back to my body. So I have a big strike, and then that chuck stops before it makes contact with me. And again, when it comes back, so I'm not knocking myself out. Again, you learn quickly after you've hit yourself many times. So we go fast, and we slow it down, and we can come back here the same way. Diagonal strikes. Tips for not hurting yourself doing nunchucks.
Now we're going to learn a skill that we call the triangle whip. And it is because it has 3 parts, just like a triangle, and we get a nice whipping sound. Cool name, huh? All right, so starting again from my shoulder, I'm going to go with diagonal strike. Then I'm going to bring it back to my hip, keeping my thumb down with the nunchuck pointed down, and then I come up to my shoulder. So I'm going hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder. The important thing, keep that nunchuck down here so that we can flip it up at the end. Hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder. Now we're going to pass it and do it on the other side. So moving from this side, hip, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, with the nunchuck down, shoulder, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder, hip, shoulder, hip, hip, shoulder. Triangle whip. Now we're going to take it and add the pass as we go. Hip, hip, shoulder. Triangle whip.
Some additional strikes you can add to amp up the same strikes we already have. We have our diagonal strikes, but we can also go around the head into our diagonal strikes. So it adds a little bit of flair. Around the head diagonal, and I can also use that in my triangle whips. Around the head to my triangle whips. Around the head to my triangle whips. We also did the clutching, but I can turn that into more of a strike. I can wind this up and strike down and back up. So again, I wind, strike down, and back up. So then you take these basic skills, add the flair to it, and then you can combo with it some. So I have this down strike, I have around the head, boom. Putting all of our strikes together. Chucks are aggressive and they should be strikes. So take these skills that we have now shown you and put them together and just have fun.